Today I'm going to read a couple of poems about baseball. Since you can't go to the games, you can't attend the games of your favorite team, whether it's the Cubs or Cardinals or whatever team you root for. I thought I would bring a little of that here today. So growing up, my dad was a huge Cubs fan. He played in the farm system of the Cubs, the minor leagues, and so he always rooted for the Cubs. His dad was a Cardinals fan, and he and his dad didn't get along well either, so that kind of. But yeah, both of my grandfathers were Cardinals fans, and I remember my dad's dad sitting on his front porch listening to the Cardinals games, and my mom's father. I remember him. My memories of him were watching it inside on the television. But anyway, I went to countless games with my dad, and usually my brother too, depending on what age. But and sometimes the whole family. But I remember going to St. Louis and Chicago countless times, and enjoying both. I didn't have a choice. I had to be a Cubs fan, and it's funny because there were times I thought, man, I wish I could be a Cardinals fan because they always win and we always lose. Plus, like most of my friends are Cardinals fans, so why do I have to be a Cubs fan? But and the irony is that the year after my dad died, the Cubs finally won the World Series, which was kind of I had mixed feelings about that. But anyway, all that aside, it's the memories of just being at the games with Dad and my brother and whoever else was there, and just it's those memories that matter the most, not who won. It sounds corny, but I really think that's true. The first one I wrote, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago. I guess I was missing baseball in the middle of winter, because this one's called Midwinter Remembrance. So this is my homage to the friendly confines. Okay, I'll read this one. Midwinter Remembrance. Huddled up by the fireplace, hunkered down on City Place, I'm warmed by the boys of summer, the boys the two of us once were. Box seats down the third base line, shallow left. That's how I will always remember Wrigley with you by my side, and Kerry Wood throwing heaters in the bullpen within earshot, pop in the catcher's mitt. While I can still see those fastballs rising, truth be told, I can't recall who won the game that followed. But I'll certainly never forget the whiff of ballpark hot dogs, the taste of old-style beer, and Dad with his firstborn son unwinding together as Kid K went into his wind-up over and over again, warming up, like a seasoned first chair testing his strings in the orchestra pit, moments before the concert. Yeah, it was that. I just remember that one summer. We went to a lot of games, and we'd always. Well, I guess my dad had season tickets with the company that he worked for in Chicago. They people in the office split it, so he had like 9 or 10 games that he could go to, and he was supposed to take clients with the 2 tickets that he, one for himself and one for a client, but he ended up taking me to all of them instead, which was pretty cool. So, and they were pretty good seats. They were just up from the third base line though, so you could see the bullpen there at Wrigley. And so it's like one of my favorite memories was not even during the actual game, but before the game when Kerry Wood was warming up, just seeing him, that it was just, he was just, it was pretty cool. I mean, just the way he could throw a fastball and just, you know, literally the rising fastball, you could see it. And yeah, anyway, that's okay. Let's see, the other one, I just wrote this last night. A friend of mine comes into the library a lot to read the sports page, and he got a book about Jack Buck, and so we got to talking, and I was telling him about how well, my friend's a Cubs fan too, and he said, but he's always been a big Jack Buck fan, and I said, yeah, my dad, same thing. He always thought Jack Buck was the best, but he didn't really like Mike Shannon for whatever reason, probably because he remembered him as a player, and so I, you know, so we thought, we didn't think Mike Shannon was that great or whatever, until this one night that changed all that. And so I was telling him about that, and my friend Tommy Andrew, who I was telling this to, then I was thinking about that just last night. So I wrote this poem kind of based on that experience, that memory. And it's called Stolen Moments. Okay. I'll never forget that night at Busch Stadium. Lou Brock had just stolen second when the rains came, settling the dust of his slide. The visiting team's catcher hadn't even attempted to throw him out, knowing he didn't have a chance. An hour and a half later, number 20, not missing a beat, scored the winning run. In the meantime, my brother and I snuck down to the empty first row, abandoned by its sodden occupants. Defeated, seeing an empty dugout, we started back up the aisle when out of that hallowed trench appeared Mike Shannon. "Hey boys," is all I can remember him saying. That's all it took for two youngsters from the sticks to feel redeemed and to change our opinion of Mike Shannon. It was cool because we went down, we were like, there's a long rain delay. We were, I don't know, 10 or 12. My brother was probably about 10 and I was probably about 12. Something like that. And anyway, we went down in the rain, getting soaked, because we didn't care. We just thought, well, it's our chance to go down to the first row and be that close to the field and maybe see somebody in the dugout. And we didn't see anybody in the dugout because they were all back in the clubhouse. And then Mike Shannon popped out, and of course we knew him from, we'd seen him before and heard him on the radio and everything. And but anyway, he was real friendly to us, and he didn't need to be. You know, what did he care about two kids? So I thought that said a lot about his character, and so I've liked him ever since. So I hope, you know, those of you missing these experiences in this strange year have enjoyed reliving my past experiences at the ballpark. So we'll see you next time.